Hi everyone, it's Emilia here. I must say it's so good to be back. I don't remember even when I had the video where I was like, in real time talking to you. So I am super excited about this video tonight, and I'm super happy that I'm recording again for you flower making video. So today I want to show you simple technique for creating a pretty rose. Let me just bring it closer. It's a rose that doesn't require any like a center. We will be like using only the petals to create the center of the rose. I still have it on a stick because it really helps me while making it. So I want to show you that today. I made a yellow one, but of course you can make them in any colors you want. You can make it even in few colors. So to do that, I was actually inspired by the roses I made last year. They are darker in the center, like they are brown in the center, and lighter, but I didn't use yellow Foamiran, I used ivory. So it's not white Foamiran, it's ivory Foamiran. For the rose I will be using Lady Design Flower 13, and for one flower I use 4 petals. I'm not using the smallest and the biggest in the set, so this I'm not using this. I only use those 3 middle sizes. So 1 petal from the smallest one, 2 petals from the middle one, and 1 petal from the middle one and 2 petals from the big die. I have them here. These are colored, but of course I will show you how to color them. So 1 small, 1 bigger, and 2 bigger. Okay, 4 petals to create 1 rose, 3 different sizes. And also I will be adding a leaf. This is already created. I used poinsettia die. This is also Lady Design. That's my like first poinsettia I had, and I die cut it out of green Foamiran, and then where it's rolled it looks like that. So it's a perfect leaf for the rose, and I am going to add this one here to start with. I'm gently removing the toothpick, and I will just add that leaf on the bottom to show you how it looks, and then I will start making the flower. Okay, so I'm only adding a dot of a glue in the center and attaching that. Okay, let's make the rose. What else you may need? Let me just show you. So those toothpicks, I'm going to use the other side now, but these are very useful. I keep a box of them in the studio because I use them actually a lot. Also shaping tools. I probably won't be using the big one, but those smaller ones, or maybe the big one as well. Something to color your flowers. So I've got gelatos. These are Faber-Castell pigment crayons. So this is similar to ink, but these are very rich in color, very rich in pigment. You can use distress inks, oxide, or just distress, any colors, actually any ink will work. I also have my kitchen sponges cut into smaller pieces because I really like to use this, then I can throw it away. And of course you will need Foamiran and your petals, glue, and the iron. Okay, iron cannot be very hot, but it needs to be quite warm because we will use it to help shaping the petals. So let's start. I will put that on the side because to start, maybe a piece of card to protect my desk, just actually the paper, because I will start with the coloring. So I'm going to take 4 petals, okay? I won't color them all, just to show you how to do it. And I will start with the darker, this is like, I don't know, yellow brown. You can add that, you can add the darker color in the center of each flower and then gently also on the petals, but I will start with the center, because if you add darker color to the center, it creates kind of death, you could say. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it well, but I'm sure you know what I mean. So I will do that, and then I'm going to add a bit of yellow on the petals, on the end of the petals, and the yellow I will be adding on both sides. Okay, and then I'm going to add a little bit of dark, that dark yellow brownish color on the petals as well. So you can see I only applied a little bit of color on the sponge, but it has a lot of ink. So we go all the way around. This is obviously if you want, because you can cut the petals out of, I don't know, pink Foamiran, and then you don't have to color. But even if I use the colored Foamiran, you know, I still like to add a bit of color. If it makes sense. Okay, yellow, where's the cover? And then I will add that darker color as well. Maybe not on all petals, but you know, here and there, and also on both sides. Okay, let me do that. I'm not going to speed that video, not today. Hopefully my camera will stay in focus. I will be checking from time to time, because obviously I don't want to waste that time I'm recording and then find out that, oh my god, it's not it's not in focus. Okay, and then the last one. Also apply it on both sides. I think this will be okay. You know, while you're coloring, I'm sure that some flowers will be darker, some will be lighter, but it doesn't matter, right? Okay, now I will start shaping them, which the first one is easy peasy. Because we don't have to actually do anything to the first one apart cutting. Oh yeah, you may need scissors. So the first layer, I'm just going to cut each petal separately, like ½ centimeter away from the center. Just cut straight. So this is what we're doing. Yeah, we need all 5 petals, and this will be our rose center. So I'm going to leave that here on the side, and then I'm just going to shape the petals, the remaining ones. Let me just fold the iron. Many people ask me if the iron is a special iron. It's not. This is just the travel iron, that's why it's smaller, but it's just, you know, ordinary iron. But it's not a great one, I must say. So yeah, you can purchase this on eBay, I'm sure. So I will place the foam on the iron and wait. You can see the petals are curling. Then I'm going to grab them all together and gently just roll the top and do it for all 3 layers. And it's good to do it while it's still warm, because then it's much easier. Just to add some wrinkles to the edges of your petals. Okay, that's it. And we don't need iron anymore. Let me just turn that off. So now, let me bring the camera closer. Okay. So this is the small one. I mean smaller at least. Open it and then stretch each petal gently to the sides. With long nails is difficult, but I'm sure you can still do it. Just be gentle, because they are easy to break. So I'm going to do that for each petal. Okay, and once they are like that, I am going to roll back. I don't know how to show you that. Let me just roll back the top of each petal. You need to kind of grab it between your fingers and roll it back like that a few times. If you find it hard to grab that end, you may have maybe wet wipes on the side and just dump your finger in the wipe. It should be easier then. Oh my god, I don't know what's that sound. So this is the bottom and this will be the top. Okay, and then I will use that ball also and stretch each petal gently to the side on it. So this way we are giving that petal a really nice shape. That's the top and this is the bottom. I hope you can see that. So that's the first one, and we do exactly the same with the next one. So first to the side, each one. I'm just pulling it, and with my nail I'm just going like here in the center of each petal and then roll it back. For the bigger ones I try to do it like twice on one side and then on the other side as well. Okay, hope you can see that, but I'm just going like few times on each side. And then again, this is too small actually, I don't know if I have, no, I need to use the big one. Stretch each petal gently to the side. And this will be the next layer. You can also use the foam pad and maybe just press it, you know, into it. And then the last one, this is slightly different with the last one, because we kind of want to have petals going I don't know how to explain it. It's like kind of like before but upside down. So let me just show you. I'm better at showing than talking. So stretch each petal to the side. Okay, but now I will take it upside down, and now I'm going to curl it on the top. So this petal, this is the bottom one, will be stuck to the flower like that. Okay, so the let me just show you the difference between two of them in a second. So I'm curling that. Okay, and then I still want to, so this one has a bump in the center and the end is folding like down. This one will have a bump and the folding is towards you. But then when we will be sticking it to the flower, we do it this way. I'm sure you will know what I mean. So now let's just start with those petals which will create the center of our rose. So you will need a stick for that as well, and I'm going to attach them to each other. So I'm going to add a tiny dot of a glue on the end of each petal. Oh, try add not too much glue. It's easy to add a big dot, but that's okay. So tiny dot of a glue, and then I'm attaching the petal on the side of each, and all 5 joining together. Okay, so we've got that, and now I'm going to adhere the stick at the very end, again adding small dot of a glue. Add that pointy top to your flower, and no higher than like the middle of the petal. Wait for glue to catch, and then I'm going to roll the all flowers. Okay, so I'm adding glue on the very end, and then I will start rolling it. So first petal quite tight, but then I will be trying to keep it loose at the end, so you kind of have to do it in an angle. I will show you how to spread that layer a little bit in the second. Do it slowly, do not rush, add more glue, and then just kind of, I'm keeping it like, I hope you can see, quite away from the from the center. So now we can kind of spread that a little bit, pull it away from the center basically, so it's not so tight, especially the last few petals. Okay, and we have our flower center. So now I'll be adding the next layer. So I go through the center, and this is our first like layer with those petals on the table, and I'm just going to add a tiny dot of a glue on each petal on the like bottom of it, and the petals will have to here overlap. So I'm just doing one at a time, tiny dot. Okay, and then I'm overlapping the next one. It goes a little bit, like maybe halfway, or not halfway, but 1/3 on top of the previous one. Okay, I want to curl that back slightly. Okay, so this is quite close to the center. That's the second layer. Okay, now I'm going to add this one, it's the last one, so I'm going to add the third one with the bigger petals, and now I will try to add the petals between the petals from the previous layer. So again, one at a time. It's good to position your petals first, and then attach them, so you can, you know, go with the layer around the flower and see what will be the best position. Like here I didn't have to do it, but it's good to do it. So then another one, and I'm only adding a glue near the like bottom of the petal and very little glue. Okay, so these roses have a really good size if you want to use them for cards, because they're not too big, not too bulky, you could say, not too high, not too wide. Just this is a really good size. So now we are going to add the last layer, and again petals will go in these gaps between the petals from the previous one. So let me just go through the center with that. And like I said, you can go and position check if it's okay before adding glue, maybe like that. So again, glue on one petal, and then I will be like going around with that. So sometimes you need to kind of move them so they are between the petals. Okay, I'm wondering if you can hear the birds that are chirping in the garden. I just love the birds. And the last one, and I will show you how it looks. Okay, remove some glue strings, and this is it. I just love that. Sorry, I hit the camera. I'm supposed to touch it gently, because when I'm touching it, it will focus on the thing I want to focus on. So this is the rose. I really love that technique. It works. Of course, every flower will be slightly different, but it works great. Let me just show you how to do the leaves as well. Oh, I will remove this one and add that leaf here, but I will show you how to do it. This is super simple. So wait for iron to be warm. This is the poinsettia die, but I guess any die which has like 5 kind of petals would quite pointy would work. So place that on the iron, because I want it to become smaller and very soft. And then grab them all together and really press and roll them together. So it will make the edges very thin. And then you can also open it, and then I will hold and only do each edge separately. Just need to hold with your finger, because it's very easy to rip it off. Okay, and that's it. This is perfect leaf for our rose. So look at this. Super pretty. I mean, I think this one is that I did on the camera is much better than this one in my opinion. So this is all I wanted to show you today. I hope you will use that technique to create your own flowers. I love making flowers, and I like to, you know, experiment and find the new techniques, and I am always happy to share that with you. So let me know, what do you think about the flowers? What do you think about flower making in general? If you have any questions, just pop them in the comment, and I will try to answer as soon as possible. Thank you very much for today. It was a pleasure for me to be here with you. Have a lovely creative weekend. Bye bye, take care.